Okay, so namaste. I think we're going to start. Our class this morning is a short class. We have 15 minutes to do this practice, and we'll be looking at coming into lunges. It will be a vinyasa practice, so we'll be moving quite quickly through the poses. And once again, I just highly recommend that you listen to your body and practice where you're at. And if you need to slow it down or speed it up, really make this your practice. So if you have a block, come up and sit up on a block and cross through the legs, and just place your hands on the knees, draw the navel in, lift up through the center of the body, drop the shoulder blades down and close the eyes. We'll continue the practice of working into our hips. We've been doing that this week, and we've been focusing on cultivating patience and moving into that stillness, that pause in the breath. And as you focus here now and move into your body, connect again into your Ujjayi breath. We've been practicing this breath first thing in the morning when we wake up, and it's a victorious breath, an energizing breath that moves the breath right deeply into the very base of the belly, the Muladhara chakra, and then when we exhale, the breath draws up out through the entire body, out through the nose. So continue with this breath. And then on the next inhale, just draw the arms up overhead, allow your palms to touch, and come into your tabletop. Now, if you have blocks, they will be handy for the practice, but you don't really need them. Spread your fingers wide, bring your knees to the earth, drop the belly down, inhale, lift the heart, look up. Exhale, round, and we're just doing 2 more of these, so get the full movement of your spine. Inhale, lift and look up. Exhale and round. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, round, and then curl your toes under and come straight into your downward facing dog. Lifting the hips high, and I invite you here, if you want to bend one knee and then the other, pressing opposite heels down, go ahead and do. And then as soon as you've moved a little bit, come into stillness now. Breathing here. Bring your big toes to touch at the back of the mat, and we're going to move into our first lunge. It's our focus of the practice. Inhale, mindfully reach your right leg up. Try not open the hip, just reach the heel towards the ceiling. And then bring the knee in towards your nose. Step your foot through between your hands. Now, I want you to stay on your fingertips, or maybe even take your hands onto blocks. Even if the hands touch down, we often collapse the chest here. So stay on the fingertips. Move your heart forward and press the hips towards the earth as you draw the heart open. Take 2 more breaths here, sinking deeply into the lunge, and notice how your body feels, especially after the opening in our yin practice yesterday. Take 1 more inhale. As you exhale, drop your back knee down, uncurl the toes and reach the arms up. As you reach the arms up, sink into your hips and see if you can deepen this opening a little more. Draw your right hip back and your left hip rotate slightly forward. Take 1 more inhale. As you exhale, take your hands to the earth and straighten through your right leg. I want us to move our body over the right leg, so keep your right fingers on the earth. Let your left hand grab the baby toe side of your right foot and fold forward. And begin to see if you can feel this opening down the back of your hamstring. 3 more breaths. Last one. Ujjayi breaths, and then bend back deeply into your front knee. Keep your fingertips on the floor, curl your back toes under, lift your back knee, and then optional, reach the arms up and bring this into a balancing shape. Take 3 breaths here. Again, as your hips are moving down, right hip's drawing back, left hip is curling forward, front ribs are knitting in towards each other. And if it's available, the gaze is up towards the ceiling. Take one more inhale. Exhale, take your hands to the earth and then lift the hips high, coming into downward facing dog. Gently pedal the legs out if you wish. And then move into stillness. Notice the energy around the hips, the lower back, the hamstrings. Bring your big toes to touch again. Mindfully, you lift the left leg up without throwing the hip out of alignment, so keep your hips squared. And then bring the knee in towards the nose and step your foot through between the hands. Stay on your fingertips so that the heart stays lifted and long, and think of a high plank here. Find that shape in your body, and again there's the drawing back slightly of the left hip and the rolling forward of the right. Lengthen the heart away, the back heel is pressing strongly as you come into your lunge, and then drop the back knee. Uncurl the back toes, inhale, rise up, come out of the lunge towards a kneeling pose, and then drop back into your hips. Soften the shoulders, lift the heart. There's that hugging together of the front ribs, the drawing up of the lower belly, and feel the squaring of your hips towards the front of your mat. 2 more breaths here. Keep the gaze up towards the ceiling, shoulders melting down. 1 more inhale. Exhale, reach your hands to the earth and then straighten through your left leg. Take your right hand to the baby toe side of your left foot and then fold forward so you feel your body folding over your front leg. Curl the toes up and lift up through your quad so you're supporting the back of the knee as you fold forward. 2 more breaths. And then when you're ready, sink back deeply into your front knee. Curl your back toes under, lift the back knee. Optional to keep the hands on the earth. Or inhale, reach the arms up. As the arms reach up, the energy lifts up, but your pelvis and your hips move down. Again, square off the hips, press your back heel away. Hug your front ribs in, soften the shoulders and take your gaze steady up towards the ceiling. Now remember your Ujjayi breath. And then take hands down to the earth, step back into your downward facing dog. Lift your hips high. Ripple forward into your plank pose. Draw the navel up and in. Drop your knees to the earth. Release the toenails to the mat. Bend the elbows, bring your heart down. Take your fingertips off the mat. Lift your elbows up high. Inhale, peel your heart up. As you exhale, release back down. 2 more strong Ujjayi breaths. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale all the way down. Hands underneath the shoulders. Curl the toes under. You can press to a plank pose using your knees or straight to plank. And then downward facing dog. Take a full inhale here. Open the mouth and sigh the breath out. Bring your big toes to touch. Take your right leg up towards the ceiling. Step your right foot through. Press your back heel down to the earth. Square off your hips towards the front of the mat and then rise up into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Reach the fingertips up, sink deeply into the hips. Right hip draws back, left hip curls forward. Press into the outer edge of your back foot. Take an inhale. Exhale, open into Warrior 2. See if you can press your right knee forward so it's right above the ankle, but pull the right femur bone back. Soften the shoulders and reach the hands away from each other. Flip your front palm. Reverse, and as you reverse, can you straighten your front leg? Reach your right hand like you want to touch the space in front of you for Trikonasana, and then back of the right hand on the inside of your right leg and turn the heart up towards the ceiling. Some of you might bring your hand to the earth if it's available, or maybe even to a block. Take one more inhale and exhale. Bringing your hand down to the earth, bend into your back leg as you straighten the front leg and come into Skandasana. Press the hands into prayer. Maybe take the arms out wide if you wish, and perhaps even begin to move your heart towards the earth. One more breath, feeling this all the way up through the inside of your right leg. Take your hands to the earth. Lift up into your wide-legged forward fold. Lengthen the heart. Exhale and fold. Maybe you walk your hands back towards the space behind you as you draw your chin in. Maybe you take your hands to the outside edges of your ankles. Maybe you keep your hands on the earth. But you're pressing into the baby toe side of the feet, lifting the inner arches, drawing up through the knees, through the quads, and making sure your navel is drawing up and in, and the spine is surrendering down. Take one more inhale. And exhale. Pressing up to the fingertips. Walk your hands back over to the top of your mat and step back into your plank pose. You can go straight to downward facing dog, or if you wish, take chaturanga. You can have your knees on the floor. You can move into your cobra to start. Hugging the elbows in, lifting through the chest, pubic bone, hip bones on the earth. Exhale, come back down, curl the toes under, and find downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Lengthen the spine. There's a little softness behind your knees, and your heels are moving towards the earth. Bring your big toes to touch. Let's do that same sequence to the other side. Mindfully, you take your left leg up high. Step your left foot through between your hands. Press your right heel down. Inhale, rise up into your warrior one. Remember the aligning, the squaring off of the hips, the hugging in of the center of the body into your solar plexus, reaching the arms up, connecting into the outer edge of your back foot. Take another inhale and exhale. When you're ready, open to warrior two, bending deeply into the front knee, soften the shoulders. Connect equally into your front and your back leg. Flip your front palm. Right hand goes down. Keep that front knee deeply bent as you reverse. Now straighten your front leg. Reach your left arm forward. Take it down. Back of the hand on the inside of your left shin. Right arm up. You're moving your left ribs around and up towards the ceiling. 3 breaths here. Maybe you want to take your hand to the earth. And then when you're ready, release your right hand to the mat. Lightly bend your left leg so you can shoot yourself back into Skandasana at the back of your mat. Hands can stay on the earth or come into prayer. Or if you wish, reach the arms wide. And move the heart closer towards the earth, really feeling this opening on the inside of your left leg. Take one more inhale. And exhale, taking your hands to center, come back to your wide-legged forward fold. And in the wide-legged forward fold, bring your heels in towards each other. Bend your knees and sit into goddess. Inhale, reach the arms up. Palms touch, and then pull the elbows down in line with the shoulders. You can find a mudra. Notice if the lower back is sticking out, draw the navel up and in and lengthen the tailbone towards the earth. Let's challenge ourselves to stay a little longer here as we sink into our hips. 2 more breaths. One more breath. Hands come to prayer. Release the hands to the earth. Straighten the legs, parallel the feet. And then walk over to the top of the mat. Step back into your plank pose. Our final chaturanga, perhaps this one you want to do with the knees up. Moving into up dog. Bend the elbows coming down. Inhale, lift up into your back bend. Back to downward facing dog. And we have 3 breaths here. Deep inhale and exhale. Take your right leg up high. Let's find our pigeon pose. Dropping the right knee down. Slide your back leg away, lift the heart, and then fold all the way forward. Deep inhale and exhale. Coming all the way up onto your fingertips, drop onto your right hip and extend, move around towards the long edge of your mat. Take your left hand down, reach your top arm up and over. Breathe into the right side of the body. Inhale, coming all the way up. Place your right hand on the earth. Lift up into your variation of your wild thing. Coming all the way down. Face the back of your mat down. Bend into your left leg. Take your right leg behind you. Lift up through the heart. Pigeon pose to the other side. Exhale, fold down. 2 breaths. Inhaling, coming all the way up. Drop onto your left hip. Reach your right leg long. Draw the left foot into the inside of your right thigh. Right hand goes towards your big toe. Left hand reaches up and over. And breathe into your left side ribs. Coming all the way up, place your hand behind you. Lift the hips as you find your wild thing. And then coming all the way back down, come into your Sukhasana, easy seated pose. If you need to use a block or a pillow to sit up, go ahead and do. Nadi Shodhana, our alternate nostril breath. Leave your left hand on your left knee, maybe turn the palm up. Right hand comes up, bring the index and middle finger to touch and place them into the third eye space. Your thumb will lightly touch your right nostril, your ring finger will touch your left. Now breathe in through both nostrils. Exhale through both nostrils as you allow your eyes to close down. Seal your right nostril with the thumb. Inhale through the left. Pause at the top of the breath as you close your left nostril, open the right, and then mindfully exhale. Close your right. Inhale through the right. Pause for a moment. Close the right. Open the left and exhale. Inhale through the left. Close your left nostril, open the right and exhale. Inhale right. Close the right, open the left and exhale. Inhale left. Close the left, open the right and exhale. Do 3 more like this. A full round starting on the right nostril and finishing on the right. When you've completed your rounds, just bring both hands down to the knees. Settle in here for a short meditation or move straight into your Shavasana. Please feel free to stay here as long as you have the time. And when you're ready to close the practice, just bring the hands into Anjali Mudra, the heart center, and bow your head in gratitude for your practice. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Tomorrow we'll be moving into a hatha flow, a longer practice, and then Saturday will be vinyasa. See you soon.